Welcome to Happily Ever Afters, where love doesn't stop at romance. Join us as we share the tales of everyday magic and celebrate life's sweetest moments. Hear inspiring accounts of love, intimacy, and pure joy as we uncover the secrets behind true devotion and partnerships that really work. Brace yourself for a full-on heart melting. Here's your host, Carlos Clemente.
Hey, here we go. Another show, Happily Ever Afters. Welcome, everybody. Great guest today, but we're going to do a little bit of different now, okay? It just so happens that our guests know my co-host.
Trish is generally wearing something of mine, or I'm wearing something of hers on any given day. We have sort of our own Rent the Runway. So our guest today, Trish Suhr, bless your heart, my favorite Southern fried comedian, funniest girl I will ever know. And I'm sorry, but you have kept Jayce away from me.
I know.
Jayce, I feel like we've been friends forever.
No.
You are a rock star, and I'm not just saying that. You literally are a rock star, and we should talk about that. But I feel like Trish has kept us apart.
I have not. It is not by design. Matter of fact, we will come out and rectify that this month. That will happen.
All right,
that needs to happen.
I love how you sound more Kentucky every second I talk to you.
I have just gotten back from being on the road in the South for 3 weeks. So, you know, I now learned it's called code switching. Did you know it's a very fancy name? When you can speak with your native tongue, I act like I'm from some exotic place like Italy or Brazil. But when I'm home, I obviously, it's easier. Lazy is like I like to say, just get lazy. You
know Trish from so many shows, including one called Clean House, and she's been in my closet, so she knows that's not my strong suit. So, okay, Trish, you and I were walking on the beach one day, and you didn't really want to date, but you were sort of seeing somebody, and then 5 minutes later, I see a picture on Instagram that you are married. There has to be more to the story.
I know that was the very glossy version. Yes, we're each other's second marriage. So, yes, I thought I was going to be alone because I waited till I was in my 30s, y'all, to get married. I waited. It was like, okay, I'm going to wait. First marriage, I waited. It did not turn out to be the right thing for either of us. So I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to be alone with my dog and it'll be fine. And doesn't love always show up? Doesn't it always show up when the last thing you're looking for? I was at a charity event in Topanga Canyon, and I went with a friend because she did not want to go by herself. Her boyfriend was hosting the event. She was like, please come with me. She has very bad social anxieties. And I said, sure, fine, I'll go. And then the day finally came and I was like, oh, this is the last thing I felt like doing. But I went. I was not looking for a man. I didn't want any part of a man. I just wanted a relationship. And Jayce was there. His band was performing, and the lead singer, it's his charity. So the lead singer of the band is his charity event. And so I happened to be backstage. And what I never do, y'all, as a pro tip, as an Angelino, I know I don't sound like one, but I say Southern California. As an Angelino, I always make sure I have a ride, my own getaway vehicle. And I also make sure my phone is fully charged or I have a charging battery so that I may get away, call a Lyft, whatever. I rode with my friend and my phone battery died in Topanga. And if anybody knows, in Southern California, it's like a vortex of no service.
Right. So, I mean, we would never see you again. That would be it. Bye, Trish.
It was just short of I had to hike out of survival out of that canyon. And the lead singer of his band, whose event it was, saw me standing in the corner with my phone, y'all, shaking it like you would shake an Etch-a-Sketch for the old folk people out there. Like I was literally shaking my phone thinking I could shake battery life back into it. Who am I? And he sees me and goes, hey, did you want to plug your phone in? I was like, oh, this sweet man. So I plug it in. I'm walking back across the room. And I said, I appreciate you, to the singer. And Jayce goes, hey, where's that accent from? And I thought, oh, hell's bells.
Because that's what everybody says in California anyway.
Mm-hmm.
When they hear us, they go, where are you from?
Yeah, and I thought, oh, I have to explain where this came from. Or worse, he's going to try to do my accent back to me and go, hey, y'all. And I thought, oh, what a time to be alive. But he said, is that Kentucky? And I thought, well. And then I heard his. And I thought, yes, it is. And he said, I'm from Rome, Georgia. And I thought, well, I don't have to worry about a translation. And it was a simple meeting. That's all it was.
It was. I mean, it wasn't like fireworks went off or anything.
No.
I mean, I did look at her and went, wow,
Thank you.
she's hot.
I appreciate you. I, on the other hand, was like, how can I not escape him, but escape the situation? I was in full, I got to get out of here mode. And he was lovely, and we talked, and he was talking to me about music, and I know nothing about music. Now I do, but I didn't then.
But a raspy voice, I thought she was going to be like Stevie Nicks or something, you know. But, not at all.
No, nothing. I don't even sing karaoke. So we just talked and carried on, and I thought I was going home because my girlfriend that I came with finally was like, oh, we're out of here. We are out of here. I was like, great. I didn't know it meant back to the lead singer's house because her boyfriend that hosted it is best friends with and I'm like, oh, honey, baby, Jesus, I want to go home, but I'm driving because everybody else drank and I'm a responsible angel. And I was like, well, here we are. So I go over not knowing he's going to be there, and he is on me like white on rice, y'all.
Y'all,
All right,
it
okay,
wasn't
let's.
that aggressive.
All right, come on, give me.
It was there was a little pursuing there, but I too, I had gone through it. I had gone through the divorce, and I didn't want to date yet. I wasn't interested. But I obviously was interested in this because I did spend a lot of time pursuing her a little bit on the corner of the, kitchen median. And I said, I did.
I love that you called the island a median.
My median.
Bless his heart.
Y'all, but I tell you what, the Lord gave me a valuable line that night.
Oh, what was that?
I want you to know.
Carlos, you know when something is divinely appointed, because I thought, what in goodness name
It
is out of
was.
his mouth? He said, I want to know you. And I said, I am sure you do. Like, okay, back it up. Like, this needs
He
to
actually
say-
meant it.
Yeah, but I meant it. And she goes, yeah, I'm sure
I said,
you
I'm
do.
sure you do.
And I said, no, I want to know you. I said, I want to know why your pigtails were crooked when you were little. And I don't know where that came from.
My pigtails were never straight my entire life.
They were
It's
always
my family's
crooked.
joke.
And you go back and see every picture of her, and it looks it's like
I mean, like,
one's
what?
on top, one's behind
Crazy
the ear.
mess.
It's crazy mess.
But where that came from, out of the clear blue nowhere, and he didn't know me from a can of paint, and I didn't know him, I was like, what did you just? I made him say it twice. So I was like, I'm fairly
I
sure.
know what a pickup line.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
what a
you've
pickup
used that
line.
before. Come on.
Man, who thought that would work?
You're right. He's totally used it. It's the one time in 10,000 it worked.
Yeah.
I mean, we mentioned the man was a rock star. In the 90s, a band called Marvelous 3. He's got to have some past, right?
I mean, listen. Well, he was married for 25 years. That's a good, like, he'd been.
Well, that is some past.
That is true. He'd been out of the game. So I thought, well, that's the most awkward yet accurate pickup line I've heard in my entire life. So I thought, well, that was sweet. At least he's kind.
Now that was towards the end of the night when I said that, and
And that was that.
yeah,
Here's
No
the great-
alcohol involved?
I had my lean on just a little bit, maybe.
I did
just
not.
a little bit.
I was
She
driving
did not.
people.
She was driving, so she was.
I'm nerdy like that, Carl. Like, I don't even,
She
if
picked
I'm
up.
responsible
She
for
picked
people.
up on every failure that night.
All right. I just
But here's
I knew he had to have some little encouragement to come up with that kind of line.
It was really well. He was lovely and he was nice to talk to. But again, I was in no place of like, I don't want to date anybody. I don't got time for this. And this is what ironically did it. I had sent him and we were just friends. And I'd sent him a text, like not even friends, acquaintances. He asked for my number. I said, I don't.
Nope.
Listen,
You shut that down.
I don't got time for all that. I said, if you want to say hi to me on Instagram, feel free at some point. But I don't got time for all that.
Because I know you, Trish, you had 8 jobs at the time, I'm sure.
I did. I had 3 at the time. I had 3, and I just didn't. And I was, I was in a very lengthy divorce. Like well, God willing, no one ever has to know. But in California, they can be lengthy, and so I was just in it. And I thought, I don't got time. I don't want to deal with anybody else or manage any of that. And then I was flying to Las Vegas for my friend's, track this, y'all, for my friend's mom's surprise brunch at the Bellagio. What? And I'm sitting at the window, looking out the window, and I see the friend, his lead singer, They lost everything in the 2007 fires in Malibu. And they had told me that night, he and his wife were just talking to me about why they chose to live where they live now, and that, they don't ever want to have to deal with that again. It was so traumatic. And here I am flying to Vegas, and I see the Woolsey fire at the time. We didn't know that's what it was yet. Jump the freeway and head straight for Point Doom. And that's where they live. And I don't know them well enough to pick up the phone and say, hey, y'all need to get up. And by the way, who's ever flying to Vegas at 6 something in the morning? No one ever for this vantage point. And I took a picture and a video and sent it to Jayce because I knew he was on the East Coast. And I said, you need to wake your best friend up. They need to get up. And that's how we even started talking, because I was so concerned about his best friend and his family. And Jayce was just like, you were so kind, and got them out. They were safe. Thank God. Everybody was safe and fine. They were very grateful. Yeah. But that's how we even started talking. And we just started talking. We weren't like, hey, you want a date? It was just someone was sweet. And he was like, that was a good heart. And thank you for being that person. And we just started talking.
Okay, yeah. Jayce. You did all that talking. When did you throw out the hook?
Oh, that you're talking about the crooked pigtails?
No. Where you said this is the one.
Well, so it got a little crazy. We started talking, and it got to be where we were kind of dating over FaceTime. And, I was in Atlanta at the time, and she was in Los Angeles, so we would FaceTime and have a glass of wine or talk, and it really did just start like that. And it got to the point where it was like, we need a date. We need to kiss. Because it was one of those things where we were so similar. We were so similar. We were like, is this going to be like, your brother and sister kiss, and oh my goodness, or the hill's going to pop, and this fireworks are going off, and we needed to see.
We got to tell the truth. We're like, listen, if I kiss you and it's like, you are related to me, we're out the door.
Yeah. Now, we got friends, we're friends for life now, but, what's it going to be? So she was.
Well, it's hard to make out over FaceTime.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah. And this had been a long time. It was like 5 months. This wasn't like, you're neat. So I will say that was kind of it was sweet that we just talked, and I was like, okay, you actually seem lovely, because we both have been lucky enough in now 2 marriages to have never had to online date. Thank you.
Never been on an app.
I've never been on a dating app or a thank you. I'm so grateful.
I've never had to swipe.
I'd probably be horrible at that. Yeah. Yes, I'd probably be a mess at that. I'd add to cart and not realize what I did. So anywho, neither of us have either had to deal with that.
But you had flown to New York. She was doing a hosting something there, and said, hey, I can either go through Detroit or I could come through Atlanta, and I could do a layover for about 3 hours.
We can have dinner, yeah.
And I said, do that. It'd be great. I'll come take you to dinner, and we'll see what happens. Y'all, we want to talk about pressure, because we know that the kiss is going to happen. I was worried to death.
In a terminal somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
We were at the Darlin, the Delta South. If anybody wants to go to the Chop House, it's a lovely restaurant.
Little steakhouse.
Not a paid advertisement, just telling you that's where we met.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Obviously, the kiss was good.
Yeah. Worked out. Here we are, married.
Here we are.
About to be 4 years
And the
married.
kiss, in the restaurant, at the Delta counter?
Oh, wouldn't that be darling? If it was Delta would really owe us a love story at that point. No, we were at the restaurant, the Chop House. They have like a lounge area, like a little lounge where there's, booths and seats. And we were talking and carrying on, and you just gave me a smooch, and I was like, darling.
Yeah, it happened. It was good.
Okay, so the smooch leads to marriage.
Well, it took a hot buttery minute to get there, Carlos. Let's just be all the way real. I was like, ooh, do I want to do all this again? I don't have children. He has 3 kids. So I was like, I got to all of a sudden add water and mix and have 3 babies. Thank God they're darling
and
kids.
And the Panny D.
And I know you love his mama.
Oh, and I'm obsessed with it. The greatest part.
It's so weird, but I married my mom.
That's the nicest compliment to receive. I'm going to tell you right now, his mom, Carlos, is 88 years of fun, and she is a time. I will go. It makes us all need more energy, because she's the best. And it's the nicest compliment. Everyone was like, "You're just like his mom," before I met his mom. And I thought, oh my gosh, what
Scary.
And then I met her. And Carlos, the best way to explain his sweet mama, Shirley Nell, if Betty White and Dolly Parton had a middle sister, that would be Shirley Nell.
Wow. Wow.
She's time. She's fun, loves everybody, meets you right where you're at, and just wants to do nothing but have a ball. And I was like, y'all think I'm like her? I can only hope. So she's from heaven. And I got a great family out of it. He's got an amazing family. So I'm super
What
grateful.
about this treehouse thing? What's that?
Well, he had asked me to marry him during the pandemic. And I'm like, well, I don't know if you know what's going on.
It was only worldwide.
Yeah, I was like, apparently you've not read the news in months. There's a whole reason we're stuck in a house. And he said, I want to be married to you. And I keep joking all the time. I think he thought his life was over. So he's tickled to sign up for me. And then he's like, oh, good night. We're all still here. And he signed up for me. But
We bought all the tickets for Hawaii.
yeah, we were like, we're going to go take the kids, family, everybody to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And then, of course, everything went in full lockdown. And so we just got married in a treehouse in Topanga.
Less than a quarter of a mile from where we met. And we were sitting there, and I told her, I said, you still want to do this? And she goes, yeah. So I get online, and I find somebody that will come to the treehouse and marry us and take care of all the paperwork. So
In a global pandemic.
yeah. And I'm, if that's,
I had a darling little dress. My best friend Sabrina came over and was my witness. Olivia, her little girl, was my flower girl. We found some daisies in the yard.
And you had flowers.
And Sabrina was like, my best friend's why do when you can overdo Carlos. So she went and got me a flower crown because she's like, you need something. And so I had a big old bunch of daisies, and my girlfriend Katya just took picture. I mean, when I tell you, what was there, 5 of us total? And the sweet, I guess he's a justice of the peace. I mean, it was what a time to be alive, but it was sweet and it was fun and we cried like babies. We didn't even wear shoes. I mean, who are we? We were so hippy dippy.
we had taken to the Topanga Way.
We had taken to the Topanga Way alive.
Wow.
And then just to close out my part of your love story, I'm walking with Trish a couple of months later, and halfway through the walk, she's like, I got married.
Dorothy, I totally forgot about Carlos, I'm a very, I don't want to say, I am a pretty private person. We both are. There it is. That's it.
Oh, there's that pride.
Yeah, I didn't have a shoe. I mean, look at us. I'm swole like a tick because I was eating a baguette a day during that pandemic. It's fine. It's okay. We had fun and we embraced it, but it was so sweet.
It was. It was. I'm grateful for it. We're about to come up on number 4.
I know. 4 years.
June 30th will be our 4th.
Okay.
So grateful.
All right.
She blessed
Other than having the
every day.
anniversary in the treehouse again, what else are you guys working on?
Oh, that'd be good.
Trish, you have a new project, but I don't know if you can talk about it.
Oh, I can. It's all revealed. Thank goodness. I am hosting a new show that starts on A&E. It'll be on their Homemade Nation block. It's called Find My Country House. And so I travel around the great United States and do nothing but find people that are dream country homes that, want to either have a second home or they've decided they're done with city life or whatever the reason is. But it has been a ball. And you know what I know for sure? I've said it for years. Everybody's got a little country in them, from New Mexico to California to, the heart of Louisiana. Everybody's got a little country. And it's so cool to see the houses, what's available, and how many different just communities are out there that love everybody. I'm like, we're all not as different as we think we're being told on the news. We all really do dig each other. Everybody's got, icky people, but for the most part, everybody wants to just be and love on each other and tend to each other. And I think that's what's such a sweet show. So it's on A&E, FYI, and Hulu, Find My Country Home. And it starts June 15th.
All right. Great. All right. We got the treehouse. That's a happily ever after moment right there. But give me some advice for happily ever afters.
Oh, you know what? I think it's truthfully, the second you love you the most, and you put that level of love in you, exactly that match comes back. I will tell you what I did right before I met Jayce. I was feeling so icky and I felt like a failure because I waited till I was 35 to get married the first time. And I thought, how do you jack that up? I thought I knew what was going on. And I sat and made a list of every single thing I wanted in a partner, all the way down to like what way they put toilet paper on a roll. Y'all, I was super specific. Okay. And I put it all on a list. And then I put a star next to everything I was asking for. I put a star next to it just so I could see all the things I wanted and what I wanted to be and what I wanted in my partner. Everything that I didn't check, I put a circle around, and that's what I worked on. Because I was like, how dare I ask for that in somebody, and I'm not that person. And that's what I started doing. And the second I started doing it, it was like God conspired, the universe, whatever you want to speak to, conspired to bring me this human being. Because I was in all the places I didn't want to be, didn't want to meet a man. I was in Topanga. I love Topanga. But I was in the most random location in my life and time. And I couldn't be more grateful. This is my person.
Jayce, what about you?
I think it's very important to keep short checks and balances, and never go to bed angry. All the typical stuff. But I think you've got to be each other's biggest cheerleader. It's funny, we both enjoy working out and getting outside and exercising, but we always say thank you for doing that. It's thank you for doing it for you, but thank you for doing it for me too, because I want you around. I want you to be around, and being just for each other. And for us, we do all the things. We do all the big things. We pray for each other. We cheer each other on. We're just a big advocate for each other. And
just a big puddle of love.
I know it's annoying. We're sorry. But listen, here's what I know. If you try to be an island, I've done it. It's a bad move. And, if you're signing up for somebody, you need to sign all the way up for somebody. And so I think that's a two-way street all the way around. So
everybody needs to follow you on Instagram so they can see you guys every morning do your coffee cheers.
Please do. We do coffee cheers every morning, Carlos. I genuinely want everybody. It started during the pandemic. I want everyone to know that somebody out there is wanting you to have the very best day, and it really genuinely is us. Like, we wholeheartedly mean that, because I know a lot of times there's people that don't even get to talk to people some days due to just their life, where they're at in life. And we just want everybody to start their day out the best way they can. And
that's her. I have to tell people all the time, they go, your wife, she is so much fun. And is she really like that? And I'm like, yes, that is her. 100%, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That is her.
I'm sure.
I know.
I'm
Jayce, you married some sunshine.
I did. I always was told, hey, you're a morning person, man, you need to dial it back. And I'm like, that's a morning person.
I'm in all the time. I love joy, and I want everyone to win. And I think there's room for everybody to win. And that's what makes your show 100%. So great, y'all. There's a happily ever after for everybody, every which way you can imagine it, and even ways you can't imagine. Because, boy, don't think you know the answer. Somebody's got a bigger one for you.
All right, and give me the best way to follow both of you.
I'm at Trish Suhr, so my name at TrishSuhr on all platforms, every which way you can find me.
Okay.
And Jayce is at Jayce Fincher, Fincher, and it's Jayce with a J. I was drinking out of his coffee.
All right, there you go. Thank you.
Love you both.
I adore y'all. Thank you for having us on.
All right, look forward to talking to you again. Thank you for being on Happily Ever Afters.
Thank you so much.
Adore y'all.
This show isn't only about your stories, it's also about mine. I hope to learn from these captivating tales of love to enhance my own role as a partner, heartwarming stories, or inspiration to enrich your own relationship. Life is all about happily ever afters.